So you're also going to talk about the different types of crises.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this. Let's just go. We're live already. All right.
Hello, everyone.
Thanks everybody for joining us today for Smart TV. We got trying to get our Facebook feed up, and we're having a challenge with that. But we'll go ahead and get started, get things moving today. Today, what we want to do is talk about how to handle a crisis in social media. This is very important because how you handle a crisis, it's not whether or not a crisis will happen. It's more of what you're going to do when it happens.
Yeah,
I mean, really.
Kind of inevitable in one way or another.
So we want to make sure that you are prepared for what to do in the event of a crisis. So let me finish getting this Facebook feed.
This is Emergency Preparedness 101.
Yes. Do you want to go ahead and start with it, and then I'm gonna get this Facebook feed up the rest of the way.
Cool. So when you think of a social media crisis, I think of I'm getting negative PR, basically. My business is being seen in a light that maybe isn't best for me, and so that's what we kind of want to manage. This could be you're getting comments that other people are seeing, and you're like, how are they going to respond to this? You know, what are they going to say to kind of make this right? It could be maybe something that your social media person put out that was not right. It was maybe misinformation or information that was not on what you
this way a little more.
What you're wanting to portray for your business and everything.
And that's big. So I think an example of that that's happened years ago was during the 2012 election. In fact, Kitchen Needs, a company that does they sell kitchen products and manufacture mixers and blenders and things. What they did was their social media person was watching the election during the debate. It was the second debate, if I remember right, between Obama and Romney during 2012. They, let's see, if I remember right, President Obama's grandmother had passed away like a week before the debate. And the person who managed Kitchen Needs social media was tweeting on her personal account, and unfortunately she put out a tweet that was racist and accidentally posted it to the Kitchen Needs Twitter account. So it went crazy, within a couple hours, it just went nuts. Everybody freaked out. Kitchen Needs was getting trolled, all kinds of bad stuff that was happening, and it was a mistake. I don't think she should have put the tweet out in the first place personally, but she accidentally put that tweet onto her employer's Twitter account, and it went crazy. That's a bad experience. That's something you got to watch out for when you're doing things. That wasn't very good.
Another one I can think of is a while ago we talked about who was it? Tony the Tiger is coming to mind right now.
Yeah.
Sometimes when trolls start coming at your brand and attacking you, your customers and your audience is waiting to see how is this business going to respond.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of receiving an influx of something that could be considered a crisis. How is this brand going to respond? Is it going to be tasteful? Is it going to be not offending anyone? Is it still going to be kind of with grace? And the Tony Tiger thing is coming to mind for me on that one.
Yeah. Do you want to explain the details of that one? Or
Sure. Tony the Tiger is a great symbol and brand for the awesome cereal that is Frosted Flakes.
I think it's like a Frosted Flakes or something.
Flakes,
Yeah, some of the Kellogg's brands.
I'm an oatmeal person, if you can't tell. A bunch of furries started to tweet to Tony the Tiger and saying sexually explicit things, and who knew how Tony the Tiger was going to respond to this, and how that brand was going to respond to it.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, hey, we're going to kind of block some of these comments. We appreciate it, but we don't really want those comments. They're not welcome here. And something, kind of a twist happened where Chester, the Cheeto guy, came and he was wanting to take in all the furries to his
Yeah.
He's like, you can come over here and talk to me.
They totally, it was a disaster for Kellogg's because they were blocking and trying to suppress these people saying these comments, and
but that only made them stronger.
It made them do more of it. Exactly. And then Chester Cheetah got on there from Doritos and went, hey, we'll take it. We'll take the publicity. And so another brand saw their competitor floundering and took advantage of that. So crises can come in all kinds of shapes and sizes when it comes to social media, from major news things happening to customer problems, customer service issues, and things that can happen. So we want to give you there's 7 steps that are very important to help you with managing a crisis on your social media, no matter what kind it is. These are kind of generalized steps.
I've got another one for examples of crisis.
Okay.
Is say you are posting stuff that's making you look like you're an expert on the subject. You're posting stuff that's really informational. Maybe you get a piece of wrong information and it's totally off the wall wrong, like it's not sourced correctly. It's just got a bunch of blatant lies in there or something. How are you going to respond to that? It's like you are a reputable news source, or you are a reputable source of information, and then you end up posting something that's completely false. That's something that's kind of hard to come back from. But that's another example.
That is.
So here are 7 ways that we're going to talk about to handle a social media crisis. In the case of any of these, it may take a different form.
Exactly. So thanks for the comments that are coming in. We appreciate that, guys. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Periscope. So if you have questions about dealing with a crisis on social media as we go along, let us know. And we'd love to hear your feedback and ideas on this as well. So the first main step that you need to do, and this might sound cheesy, but it really is an important step when you have a crisis on social media, is to stay calm. We see this often with businesses. They call us up frantic. Oh my gosh, what's going on? We got all these things happening, and they want to do more of a scorched earth type way to handle it and just obliterate the other people, or block everything, or
delete.
Exactly. So there's a lot of challenges that come with that. Just relax, stay calm. Okay, no losing your head. That's very, very important. The second thing you want to do is start figuring out what is being said and where is it coming from.
Look at it from all perspectives.
Exactly. That's going to make a big difference, because you need to realize, okay, is this trolls? Is this coming from trolls that are just looking for someone to respond to? Is this in response to something happening in the news that you're getting hit with? Is it a customer service problem? Each of those ways is going to determine how you handle it. So you need to make sure you understand where's the information coming from, what's happening. And really, it could be bots. Somebody could have programmed a bunch of bots to just slam you with a lot of information. So you just want to be careful and be aware of where is this data coming from, where's this attack happening from, because that'll determine what you do about it when you respond. The next thing you want to do, so this is step number 3, is realize, is there truth in what's being said? This is sometimes a hard one for businesses to hear, but realize if there is it's a customer concern, you've done something that's bad, somebody had a really bad customer service experience, then own up to that and go, okay, we need to do something about this. So realize that if there is truth, then you need to admit the problem, own up to it, and explain how you're going to fix it. That's going to help out a lot. Someone's going crazy. Pokemon New 228 going crazy on Periscope for us, man. If you have good questions, let us know. Otherwise, leave the comments open for everybody else. So just admit what's going on and do your best to show how you're going to fix it. Okay? If there is a problem, do your best to help out. If there's not a problem, if there's no truth, if it's people that are just lying and they're just freaking out and there's no truth behind what they're saying, then you just need to realize, hey guys, this is false. Here's where the truth is. Here's what's happening, and just hold on. Do your best to tell the truth and help spread the message of what really is truly happening, and the rest of it will eventually take care of itself as you go along.
That reminds me of, we had a veterinary client, and
Oh yeah.
one of they were working on a dog and it ended up passing away, and it was due to a myriad of different factors in what had happened with the treatment of the dog, the timing of when the dog was being cared for, and it ended up actually passing by the owner's choice in a way. It was a personal choice.
Yeah, they found out the dog had a blood disorder and was having problems with that. So they didn't realize it before they did surgery. The dog had a blood disorder. So.
But they went online and they're like, oh, this place killed my dog. They killed my dog.
Yeah.
But it's not true. Like, the dog died, but it's not like that vet actually went and like killed the dog.
Yeah.
So it was putting them in a bad light. So I think that's kind of going along with step 3 of like, is there truth to what's being said?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the dog did pass, but not in that malicious way of like, we purposefully killed your dog and we're the worst vets ever. So I think sharing that story and being like, let's encourage our customers to share experiences of saving their dog. Even have your customers kind of help you in outshadowing the lie with even more truths of positive things. Your customers can help with that.
So if it's unsubstantiated, you do your best to help show the people truth, and then just hold on until the trolls are done. Let them get out of the way and let yourself come forward. Sometimes that might mean you have to run a few ads. You get more customer testimonials that are positive to help out with that. But that's the things you need to do basically is that if there is truth behind it, if somebody had a major problem, there was an issue, and you've got to get it addressed. Like a customer service issue is most likely why you're going to have a social media crisis. You had really bad customer service. You didn't help somebody out or something like that, and you basically end up getting trolled because you didn't do a good job for a customer. Do your best to move them offline. Help them offline, okay? Take the problem out of the public domain, move it into email or phone calls or whatever you need to do to work with that person and help them out, okay? That makes a big difference. And do help them out. Don't just try to move them offline and then don't do anything, because they'll come back even harder on you. So be honest with your customers. That'll save you a lot of hassle and problems. If something happens where information accidentally gets out, you tweet something accidentally, whoever's doing your social media accidentally posts the wrong content to the wrong sites, like what happened with kitchen needs and those things, just erase it, delete it, admit, hey, we had a goof up, here's what happened, we've taken care of the people that had the problem, we're sorry, and it usually goes away. Most people are usually forgiving when, oh, they accidentally posted the wrong thing. Okay, let's be careful with that. One thing that employers have to think about too is when employees post things, because they say on their page they are working for you. So sometimes those can have a backlash. If you have an employee that posts something that's extremely racial or misogynist or things like that, then there's a lot of, you might have to deal with that employee, and sometimes that means terminating their employment. Definitely understand the employment laws in your state before you do that to make sure you don't create any other problems for yourself. But just realize that sometimes those things happen. You cannot control what your employees post on social media, but you can just give them guidance and direction on what would be appropriate to post, and just be careful with those things. So once you've got to that point where you are handling the situation, whether you've moved the people off of social into private channels where you can discuss in specifics the problem that happened, or whether it's just you responding to the news of something that happened, or you got caught in the news stream of something that you weren't even anticipating. If you are a company that does, maybe you have an online business that just caters to products for ethnic products for Muslims. Well, if there's a lot of anti-Muslim sentiment, like after 9/11, you're probably going to get trolled and have some problems. Not because you did anything bad, just because there's some problems that people have, and so they're taking them out on you. So just be aware of those things, and just realize sometimes that happens. It does go away eventually. It will happen to go away. If you do get a lot of death threats and stuff, you might want to inform your local authorities. Get the police involved if you need to help with threatening behaviors. But realize that it does eventually go away. Okay, it's not the end of the world. You're not going to have major lifelong problems from it. It does eventually go away. Sometimes it takes a bit longer than others, but usually go away. So hold out, keep working on putting out the truth, and things will work out better for you, okay? And one thing that's important to do is keep an eye on what's being said for at least 6 months, or if not longer, after a major crisis happens. You want to make sure that you're keeping an eye out on any time where it might come back. Maybe somebody tries to restart the debate, restart that problem and that challenge. So just keep an eye out, put some alerts out onto social media that will help you find posts or content that could be negative, or if somebody's trying to start that problem again, then you can get back in with them and get that taken care of so it doesn't turn into another big problem. So just keep an eye out, monitor what's happening, and that will help you out. So those are the 7 things. So stay calm, figure out what is being said, where it's coming from. Is there truth to what's being said? If there is, admit any problems you need to or shortcomings of your business. Explain how you're going to fix them, get it taken care of. If there is no truth to what is being said, then what you need to do is help promote the real truth and help more people see that, okay? Move individuals' concerns. If people have specific concerns, move those individuals, that conversation offline, out of the public sphere. Do instant messaging, do email, phone calls, visits, whatever you need to do to address those concerns.